basically that kid's like so loyal to his uncle that he ends up
Well,
poisoning his wife.
he's just so spineless. He ends up,
He is.
you know.
I even watched like this little YouTube documentary, and he was described as like the strangely loyal nephew. You know, like even
Well,
loyal amongst family. This kid doesn't ask questions. You know.
yeah, well, I mean, you almost got to ask, too, is, like, how much did he really, like, is he going to really try to feign ignorance on? You know, or that I didn't know, or he's just so, you know, he was so influential. Because he says in the get-go when he's talking to his uncle, he says, I love women, I love money, you know? How do we...
Yeah.
How do we know this is really the perspective that he had? He may have just been a huge piece of shit. May have been just a huge sociopath and just happened to be able to shift the blame a bit more off himself and more on his uncle, who is also giant piece of shit.
Yeah.
But we get to look at him and be like, he's a slightly more sympathetic character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and this thing isn't totally. I mean, I mean, I don't want to go to extremities, but you know, it's kind of like some of those things when we talk about, like obviously, like Nazis and Hitler, and we talk about people's influence and how much of that can you push off, and how much of it is it really your responsibility? You know, how much is one Nazi soldier responsible for the Holocaust? And obviously, that depends on which one we're talking about, but.
Yeah, well, I mean,
That's just it.
yeah.
We blamed like 200,000 deaths on one soldier, even though that guy actually may not have been the one shoving them in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, who is to blame? And when everyone takes a little piece of it, they can all just blame it on each other instead, even though they are all arguably equally responsible.
Yeah. Well, at the very least, we can at least say, hey, DiCaprio's character is fucking responsible. And you know, and I'm glad you made the comparison to a lot of the Holocaust. Because, I mean, the Holocaust was at least something that we were able to stop. The Native American genocide had went on for so long. It's the most successful one because we don't even really think of it as like
the American
history
genocide.
Like, yeah.
Well, I was going to say the American genocide of Native Americans is literally what inspired Hitler's Holocaust.
Yeah.
And he quotes it in Mein Kampf, I believe.
I didn't know that.
Wow. I didn't know that either. That's fucking crazy. But, I mean, it's the most effective genocide that has been done, I think, ever. No one stopped it. It just kind of petered out. And arguably still is kind of going on.
Slow burn.